Welcome to the channel. Thanks for dropping by. My name's John and I'm an IT engineer with kind of about 20 years plus experience. Currently working as a platform engineer and been heavily involved in Kubernetes for the past 5 years now. I started this channel to look at some of the impact of AI, in the kind of the computing industry, the IT engineering industry, and showing the impact it's making on the ground. So we're going to be touching on a lot of different areas, sharing a lot of experiences. But today I just wanted to jump on and just do a very quick video. At the moment, the CNCF KubeCon event is on. It's just started in the last day or so over in Atlanta in North America. One of the things which I've just seen dropping on a lot of people's posts, certainly around LinkedIn, people who were there on the ground, stuff around a tool called ask.cncf.io, which looks like an AI tool from CNCF. Something that's particularly been trained, quite a bit on their data and a lot of their documentation. And CNCF are kind of the pioneers of the open source foundation. Really, they kind of look after a lot of different tools and products, and help steer them and guide the community. Really good to get involved in if you're looking at getting involved in the industry, in the IT industry in general. CNCF would certainly be first point of call. So it's very interesting to see what this setup is. So it's ask.cncf.io, and it seems to be co-produced with an organisation called Dosu, which, to be fair, I've never come across, but looking on their site, it looks quite an attractive tool around, taking your documentation and powering that, feeding that into an LLM to be able to kind of interrogate it and ask questions and stuff. And they've obviously done a lot of work with CNCF to take a lot of their material and feed it into this system. So yeah, let's just kind of take a little look. So in terms of, it looks very familiar, your ChatGPT type interface, as you'd expect. What seems to be quite good is they seem to have populated it with some of these sample links, really a lot of stuff all CNCF related, particularly around KubeCon North America, which is this thing here. Some example questions, really just about getting involved, which is good. Some things around the events that's on. I've seen people using this to ask when the next talk is around a certain area, and it's come back with, you need to go and check out this person's talk at 4 p.m. in this certain location, for people on the ground at the event as well, which is really good. So saying I need to log in, so let's just take a little look at that. Standard logins, GitHub, Google's go-to. Jump in there. Now let's just ask it, something quite general. How long is let's just see what it comes back with. I'm sure this isn't the most technical question that it's going to be getting asked, but let's just start it off and take a look. I'm not going to dig into too much detail, to be fair. Just come across it the last couple of hours, but certainly going to be having to play with it and see. This to come back. So, based on, similar to the current tools, depending on what tool it is or what model you look at, it seems to be like a bit of a thinking model. It tells you what it's going to do whilst it's going off and doing it. You can see the kind of approach it's taking, which for stuff like that simple question isn't too bad, but it's fairly straightforward. But something a little bit more detailed. So it's come back, obviously the accurate information there. So let's ask it something a little bit more involved. So everyone involved in CNCF knows the world of Helm charts. We have a particular problem around keeping them up to date. So let's just see what the kind of technical, how it handles technical questions and see what it recommends. Again, this is nothing too particularly taxing. It's not meant to be a detailed review. It's just kind of, let's get the word out about this really, and share the news, and get it used. As I say, it looks quite a good tool, and one of the things around working with a lot of models is you don't quite know the cut-off date. You don't know when that information is, so a lot of the time you'll be searching for stuff and it's either referencing old documentation, or going to be making documentation and configuration up in its recommendations. So it'd be quite interesting for me to use this over the coming days, just to get a feel of what it's good and kind of bad at really. So check it out and give it a shout. So jump on over to ask.cncf.io, take a look at it. So let's just see what it comes back with around tracking the repositories. Yes, some quite high level technical information there, nothing too detailed. It's not going to give me a brilliant answer, but to be fair, it wasn't the most well written prompt, so I'm kind of not expecting it to. But say it's more just about the tool's being launched. Let's take a look, and see what it's capable of really. I'm sure with a bit of usage over the coming days, we can start to pull out the strong points and stuff. But yeah, certainly looks like a fairly appealing tool, something that's going to be quite handy. So thanks for dropping by, and I say nothing too groundbreaking for the first video on the channel, but just come across this and I wanted to get it out really, fairly quickly, get it, spread the word. So thanks very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully should be a lot of videos coming along very soon. So thanks very much.